Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Co Show. My name is Mason Coe, here as always with my co-host Aaron Coe.
Howdy.
Today is Monday, July 26th. Congrats to the Milwaukee Bucks on winning the NBA championship. We will talk about that as well as some other news around the sports universe. But before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Also, follow us on Twitter at Mason Charles Coe, at Aaron Coe 29. And without further ado, let's talk about the Bucks securing their second championship in franchise history, the two-time champs, as their shirt says, which was very confusing. But, so they win their first chip since old Lou Alcindor and Oscar Robertson were there playing for them.
The year I was born.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't remember that one.
I don't either, weirdly enough. But, yeah, Giannis, absolute dominant performance, especially in Game 6. 50 points, I think 13 or 14 rebounds, 5 blocks. Maybe the best top 5 finals performance of all time, top 10 series of all time as far as finals go for a finals MVP. Yeah, just hats off. Incredible stuff.
It was amazing, and I've never seen a guy. There are two parts to this. I've never seen a guy be a complete joke, have the yips, be made fun of, and then just completely cure everything in a week.
Yeah.
And speaking of cure, that guy bent his knee back the wrong way, 40 fucking degrees.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this going, he just tore everything.
Yeah.
And to have him come back from that and come back from the yips, I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime.
Yeah, I mean he sold watches on the fake watches on the street of Greece at 12. He really doesn't give a shit what people think about his free throw shooting. In fact, he was making fun of himself for it. He I think in the parade, a fan just tossed him a ball. He just grabbed it and just sat there for 10 seconds. Just didn't shoot and then just gave it back. But yeah, he's very lighthearted about the whole situation. And obviously you can be now that you won a chip. But
I mean, do you remember him ever having a negative? I'm sure he got asked a lot of questions.
No, there was nothing.
Did you ever see him say, "Stop asking me about that"?
No.
Or,
No, there was kind of in a similar vein. The last 2 years they've kind of had an underwhelming exit in the playoffs.
Number 1 seed got bounced early.
Yep, and he was asked at the beginning of this year's playoffs, how can you make sure that this doesn't happen again? And he was like, I can't. It might. It might happen again. I don't know. And that's just his mentality. He's just going to go and play his best, and if that's not good enough, then he'll work on it more, and hopefully it'll be good enough next time. That's really his mentality, and
it's good mentality, everybody in the world.
Yeah, no, he has such an
amazing.
Extremely healthy mentality, and he also just has some really good press conference gems. He was someone asked him, how do you stay in the moment? And it was very clearly not a setup thing. It was just a random press conference question. And he was he took a pause. He goes, I think when you think about the past, that's your ego. When you think about the future, that's your pride. And when you live in the moment, that's humility. He just brought that out.
Oh, wow.
Actual Greek philosopher.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the next day, someone asked him why he had to come out of the game and walk around, take a few deep breaths, and he just said he had to tinkle. He's like, I had to tinkle. And yeah, but so
I don't know. How do you not like that guy?
I know. Yeah, he's great. And then also the video of him getting out of the autograph line and hugging a girl and taking a picture. There's just consistent stories. Also, I got the story of him sending all his money home a little bit wrong. He sent his entire first paycheck home, and he couldn't pay for a cab to the arena, and so he was just sprinting down the road in Milwaukee, and then just some lady in a Honda Fit. So the smallest car of all time, picked him up. It was did you just get drafted by the Bucks? And he was yeah. And so she dropped him off at the arena. Yeah. So that's the type of guy we're dealing with. Number 1 candidate for legacy I want to build up right now in the NBA. So people are, the casuals are sad. They're not seeing LeBron versus KD in the finals. They're not seeing LA versus Brooklyn. And it's fun to see of course, it's amazing to see two legends, established legends, Hall of Famers go at it. But when are we going to start building up new legacies? Like now Devin Booker has this run under his belt. He has a finals appearance under his belt. Luka Doncic is starting to show out in the playoffs. And of course, Giannis, now 2 MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP. Now we're building up new legacies, which is like, okay, so now in 7 years, maybe it'll be Giannis versus Luka in the finals. And like, that'll be the LeBron versus KD we were looking for this year. You know what I mean? So like, we got to start building up new legacies at some point.
Yeah, it always has to turn over.
Yeah.
It always has, and someone always seems to emerge as the next one. Sometimes you got a little gap there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then one thing that drove me nuts is just the casual person saying things like, "Oh, there's no New York, there's no LA, there's no Celtics." Like, what the? Why do you? The only guy that should care about that is a guy with a massive ears that's a commissioner.
Silver.
Who else cares about ratings?
Yeah,
watch
no.
it if you like it, or don't watch it. Why do you care about what city they're from?
Yeah,
I don't get that.
There's or your Max Kellerman. That's the other one. But also, there's a great video. I want to say it's either from Rusty Buckets or Motown Noah, two great basketball, up and coming basketball YouTubers. But they've both said similar things, but they were talking about, I think it was Rusty Buckets. He was talking about how Max Kellerman is, like, the reason that talking about the Jazz doesn't get ratings is because when you talk about the Jazz, all you talk about is how they don't get ratings and they're boring.
Right.
Like, no one wants to hear you fucking talk about the Jazz because you don't care about the Jazz,
Right.
and you just brush over them. Like, the reason the Lakers get ratings, obviously, is because, like, the star factor and stuff. But do you know why there's like that allure around the Lakers? It's because of like the media. Like the media does that.
Yeah.
So start building up the Jazz, start building up the Bucks, and then maybe you'll have better ratings when you talk about them instead of just being like,
I know.
the Bucks aren't a big city. Milwaukee's not a big city.
And nobody really cared much about the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
15 years ago.
No.
I mean, it sometimes you just have to build it up.
The Spurs. What?
The
Who the fuck
Spurs.
cares? Like
Yeah.
what? The Patriots. New England.
Yeah.
They were a joke before.
Oh yeah.
Like they were a total joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people care about that. I do get, we like to see stars, and they're the biggest names of this season going into the season that were not even in the conference finals this year.
Yeah.
So we kind of had to look at some new guys, which I personally appreciate.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was great. I thought, I guess you want there's one of two things that you want in a series. You want either a 7-game series where every game comes down to the last possession.
Just unrealistic, but yeah.
Which has never happened.
Ever.
There's not a Game 7 all that often.
There's only been one Game 7 buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Just to
it's crazy to
just
think
Kawhi.
about.
Yeah,
in
that's
all
it.
these years.
Uh-huh.
There's not many Game 7 walk-offs in baseball in the World Series.
No.
It just doesn't it's like everything has to align perfectly. So you're not going to get that. But the other thing that I think, whether we admit it or not, what we like to see is one athlete take over.
Yeah.
That's why people think about Jordan a lot, in the run that they had. But that's what Giannis did in this series is he, especially in that last game, just completely took over. So we like dominance. We want to say we don't like it, but we do like it.
The reason the 2016 championship by LeBron is the greatest of all time is because of the 73-9 Warriors.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's an amazing championship no matter who he faces from the West because there was plenty of great teams out there. But the reason it's the greatest championship of all time is because the Warriors were 73-9.
Yeah.
So, like, there has to be a Darth Vader for there to be a Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, if they had been a 4 seed that snuck through, it would have been like, well, he just didn't have to face
there's
anyone again.
it's not nearly as impressive. So, I just hope, I hope the old guard doesn't go out like I hope one old guy gets a championship before they all go away, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm excited to see this kind of changing of the guard, because I think the NBA is in like really good hands coming up here in the next 5 or so years. So I'm just excited to see
And
it.
it's funny, there are always guys that you think deserve a championship that never get
Yeah.
one. I mean, think about, to bring up Jordan again, sorry.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, they won 6 out of 8.
Yeah.
So that's 6 years where guys like Barkley,
Clyde Drexler,
win
yeah.
one. Only one team wins it a year, and if you don't line up in your prime perfectly, then you're not going to get one.
I mean, LeBron.
Olajuwon might not have gotten one if Jordan hadn't taken off.
Seriously,
for a couple years. So
LeBron put the entire East in purgatory for about like a decade.
Yeah, they couldn't even get to the finals,
Yeah.
let alone win titles. So.
Yeah. The same with Jordan. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where the league kind of takes off from here, though, because like I said, good hands.
Well, I'm excited that because I haven't liked the super team thing for a while. It's bugged me, and to see a team that was pretty much grown the way teams should be grown. I mean, they added a Drew Holiday, but he's not a superstar.
And
he's not a big three.
Almost every
He's just a really
championship
good
team
player.
in any sport has that final piece they add.
Yeah.
That's that one final piece. Every team can do that. That's fine.
So to see, I mean, I think when these super teams started happening, especially when I'm thinking about the Sonics coming back, I'm like, man, we've got to be a destination, or we're never gonna have a chance.
Yeah.
And I think I probably even said, a place like Milwaukee is never gonna win a title.
That might have been the city you said.
Because that's the city you would pick.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
it's not a major city.
Uh-huh.
They didn't have like what you would really call a superstar probably when I said that.
Yeah.
They're never, and what percentage, if you would have pulled NBA fans 3 years ago and they said, what team will Giannis play for?
Yeah.
And you put 4 choices and one of them was Milwaukee. What team do you think finishes 4th in the poll?
Probably Milwaukee.
Yeah, there's like, he's going to get out of there.
Yeah.
So I hope guys see this. So Dame Lillard, it ain't just about going to a big market or forming a super team. It can be about, you got to have a competent front office.
I would love to see Devin Booker and Deandre Ayton stay a pair in Phoenix for a decade. How awesome would that be? They're both drafted there, and Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix isn't like a small town, but you know what I mean. It's that no one's like,
it's not
let me go to
destination.
Phoenix. Yeah.
So I would love to see something. This is exciting because I'm hoping we get away at some point from the super team thing that's going on.
Memphis is building up something incredible right now. If John Morant, who's from South Carolina, so I don't think he's like really scratching and itching to go out to LA, like he's a Southern kid. Like I could see him being cool in Memphis if he stays in Memphis. If the big one, like if the Hornets could find a way to keep LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges and like that group around, if the Hornets could somehow find a way to keep LaMelo Ball around, that'd be so huge for small markets. There's some opportunities right now.
And here's the thing: in the mid '90s, when Shaq left Orlando to go to LA because he wanted to be in fucking movies.
Yeah.
I think I understood that a little bit then, but now you don't need LA. Look at all the stars that are moving out of LA. I'm not talking about athletes. I'm talking about actors and actresses and
comics,
podcasters and everybody else. They're moving elsewhere because you don't need to live in a big city anymore. You can fly. You can do stuff over Zoom or whatever. You don't need to live in a big city and you got social media, right? That didn't exist back when Shaq went to LA. You don't need TV cameras. In fact, they're almost like, really, you're on TV?
Matisse Thybulle gets 100,000s of views on his vlogs. He just carries a camera around and edits, and he's a good editor. And he just puts his skills to use. And he gets hundreds of thousands of views. Especially if you could market yourself as an NBA player. Like, you can make content. There's there's a lot of stuff you can do. And, especially like if you're a big enough name, you can figure it out.
And you're going to see this with college athletes too.
True.
Some talented, funny guys and women are going to come out with content and get paid for it. That'll be the fun part of that.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
If you had to take one player right now for a redraft to the NBA, and we'll say there's a redraft every 3 years, so you get a 3-year chunk. Right now, who you taking?
Oh man, so guys that are in the running. Who do we got? We got Trae Young. We got.
That's your first
Book.
name.
I'm just throwing names out there.
Yeah. Luka, Giannis. If you want to throw
Denver
some
center guy.
Yeah, Jokic. If you want to throw some older names in there, you got LeBron, KD, Harden,
Kawhi,
Jimmy Butler,
Dame.
Kawhi, Dame, Steph.
So guys like that are ones that we're looking at. You know that Twitter page freezing cold takes
old
or whatever.
Takes exposed, freezing cold takes.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I enjoy that because it's some of them you're like, yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah.
And others you're like, how did you ever think
Yeah.
that? But I enjoy following that. But you could freezing cold take me 20 times on Giannis on this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't tweet a lot, but like stuff I've just said out loud
Yep.
if it had been recorded.
Probably
Like
texted to me.
and I never disliked him. I just thought, a guy that can't hit free throws and you can't give the ball to at the end of the game can't be the center point of a championship team. I said that over and over again, as did probably billions of other people. But I don't know. It's a little bit embarrassing because a week ago I wouldn't have said him. But here's the thing: I really like him.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way that he would represent my organization.
Mm-hmm.
I like. Oh my God, he plays fucking defense.
Yeah.
Imagine this.
Yeah.
In this era where guys hide.
Best defender out of that whole list.
Oh, by far.
Like not even close.
Some of those guys don't even bother.
No, yeah.
And you know what? It's not a capability thing with most of them. They just don't want to.
Yeah.
They're saving up for the offensive end because you get paid. Nobody pays you for stopping somebody.
Yeah.
Because it's not a stat unless it's a block or a steal. But that's like 10% of defense.
Yeah.
So, all those guys we mentioned, how many of them play defense?
Not really any.
LeBron plays it selectively.
Yeah, he'll turn it up when he has to.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to in a first quarter.
True.
It's not,
True.
The points count the same in the first quarter as they do in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts.
No, I think I hate that I'm hopping on the recency bias thing because I might have taken Kawhi after his championship run. So but I just don't know, like, if we're taking a 3-year span, I don't know how you can't take Giannis in this instance.
I really like Trae Young a lot. I haven't watched him enough. I doubt he plays a ton of defense.
No, he doesn't at all. They have to hide him.
Okay. Yeah. So I just don't want. If I
He's
can find
like
a two-way guy.
Genuinely the worst defender in the NBA. Like actually.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can't take him. I know. Oh God, who's the other Jamal Murray? I know he can't guard.
Yeah.
There were some people when he went out saying this will help them because which is probably an exaggeration, but no, a guy that the only thing is you got to find somebody who can hit some shots because you're not going to clear out probably and give him the ball. So you got to have some guys that can hit some shots if the freak's going to be your guy, but I would take him just because I really. Of all those guys, he's the one that I really like. He's not a me guy. He's not on Twitter announcing how great he is and being a whiny little bitch about people criticizing him. And he could have, because he got criticized a lot.
Yeah, he got
probably
shit on.
more than just about anybody.
He got shit on
with
for a
people
while.
counting the seconds to take a free throw. And how many air balls did he have?
Too many, a lot. Yeah.
More than most have in their career. I'm sure. It's amazing. So. I don't know. I like him. I like his overall game, even though it has some holes that I don't think are going to get filled. I don't think he's ever going to be a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, probably not.
But I know he's going to work his ass off.
Yeah.
I know that he can blow everything out in his knee and play like 3 days later. So, yeah, give me that guy.
I think I agree with that. He's
as lame as that take is.
He truthfully he plays in the moment and he when something doesn't go well, he's just gonna work on it and try to improve it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So yeah. All right, some bad news. First of all, yeah, we'll say
one more NBA thing.
Oh, one more NBA thing.
Fuck Howard Schultz.
Fuck Howard Schultz. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, yeah, just once again, congrats to the Bucks Suns. Hopefully that wasn't like one of those things where that was your best shot. Hopefully, within the next year, 2 years, 3 years, you'll be right back there. So,
well, they're gonna need Chris Paul to play a lot better.
Yeah, true. Chris Paul, or they're just gonna need another piece.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still young. So yeah. All right. Unfortunately, New York Jets assistant coach Greg Knapp has passed away at age 58 after suffering injuries in a bicycling accident. I don't know the details of this, but I also know Ray Allen nearly died in a bicycle accident where if he wasn't wearing his helmet, he definitely would have died. So just be safe out there on the roads, especially if you know that there's a lot of traffic out there. Just look out for yourself.
Yeah, I know that he, again, every time somebody, if you want somebody to say good things about you, die, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
However, that being said, I do think he was a very highly respected person, along with being a coach.
It's telling. There's certain people that say things where it's telling, like, when no one says anything when someone dies, it's very telling. And then there's also specific people that will say good things about other people where you're like, okay, this dude must be solid.
There were a lot of players and a lot of media members too that came out and said he was just a pleasure to work with. Always pleasant. Good mind as well. But yeah, it's sad to see. Not a super old man, not even 60 years old yet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I tell you, if you're on a bike, be careful. I've had discussions with people who ride bikes before, and they're like, well, cars need to pay more attention. I'm like, that ain't gonna happen.
It just won't happen.
People are fucking stupid.
They're stupid.
It's not gonna happen. So just be careful. Make it your responsibility, even though it's probably not.
Yeah. All right, some more bad news. 49er, ex-49er, ex-Seahawk Richard Sherman arrested on burglary charge, DUI, hit and run charges possible. There was a bit of a disturbing video that came out of the, I think, like ring camera from Sherman's in-laws' house.
Okay, Richard, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Speaking of not talking about me, did you watch or hear the 911 call?
I did.
Are you one of those dirty little bastards?
No, it popped up on my timeline, and I did listen to it. After I listened to it, I was like, I don't know why this was released. I don't really know why I listened to it. I don't know why anyone's interested in hearing this. It's disturbing, and let's let them handle it within the family. Also let the courts handle it. Like, we don't need fucking Twitter justice in this situation.
No. And I so many thoughts on this over the last week or so, but I thought about Tiger Woods, and I watched that documentary that wasn't from Tiger.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just feel I watched it. But the whole time, I just wanted to take a shower.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit dirty. I'm like, I don't need to know who Tiger was banging.
Yeah.
And all that. Like, I don't. Why do I care about that?
Yeah.
So I didn't listen to the 911 call. I didn't see the video footage. And part of it is I just didn't want to. I didn't need to hear an upset woman.
Yeah,
on 911. I just don't need to hear that, and also it just feels dirty to me.
They both of them popped up, like, genuinely just popped up on my timeline, and both of them I was like, fine.
Oh yeah. I just kind of went. My finger was halfway to hit play. And I'm like, no, I just don't need to. I just don't need to do this.
Yeah.
I'll probably.
That's a
hear
good call.
it
There's
anyway.
no reason to.
Yeah.
It's just disturbing, and it's just. Obviously scary, and I just hope that, I guess I just hope everything works out, and I hope Richard, learns from it, and I just hope, and I think he is, like, he's making it very, clear attempt, at least publicly, to reconcile and apologize. I just hope everyone within that family ends up in a good spot, yeah.
I'll tell you, it's especially for people who are emotional, and he's an emotional person. It's part of what makes him great.
Yeah.
He's very intelligent, but if you have a bunch of stuff around you going wrong, sometimes there's only so much you can take.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had our newest car blow an engine.
Yeah.
We had water gushing out from under the sink.
Yeah.
There were like 3 other things, and I about lost my fucking mind.
Yeah.
I wanted a bottle of Hennessy and a bottle of vodka too.
Yeah.
In those moments.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and speculate about his mental state. But I'm sure that
it's not in a good spot for a smart guy like that. It's not in a good spot if he's doing that.
Of course not. And he's used to being the man, and now he's like having trouble getting a contract that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be tough on anyone.
Yeah.
At that age, he's 33 years old.
Yeah.
Some of us don't even get started until we're 33 years old, and people are telling him he's near the end.
He's washed, and
maybe there was family stuff. Who knows? But yeah, I think hopefully he just sort of lost his mind for a little bit. I have a problem with someone who gets behind the wheel of a car when they're hammered and he could have killed people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not okay with what he did, but I also think it's like, yeah, he's going to get in trouble for it. At the very least, people, his reputation is damaged. Like, let the guy get whatever help he needs, and let's move on.
Yeah.
And I still, hey, dude, Pete Carroll, why not?
Give him a call. Yeah.
Probably not going to have to pay him as much now. I'm sure he wants to repair his image too.
Mm-hmm.
And no better way to do that in a friendly media market.
Yeah.
A city that maybe was angry at you, but they'll love you if you
They'll
come
forgive
back.
him. They'll forgive him.
Like, he could really turn this around quickly.
Definitely.
If he signed with the Seahawks, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
Kind of like unrelated, but similar-ish situation. Not really. I don't know. Let's not make comparisons in these two situations. But apparently, people think that Deshaun Watson's going to get traded by like next week. And it's just weird to me that these conversations are just happening as if nothing. Like we're just pretending like he didn't potentially assault 22 women. I don't know.
So he was saying, "I'm never playing there again," demanding a trade.
Yeah.
And then all the allegations come out. And now it's like he doesn't want to play there, and they don't want him either.
Yeah.
But who's going to trade for him? Like, you're going to have to. He's a talented dude. But who knows what's going to happen?
They were like, we want 5 high-round picks and multiple role players. It's like, what?
I don't like. I wouldn't give up a second-round pick for that guy right now because of the headache that comes with it. You're gonna get slammed by everybody for hating women if you do that, and I get it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Plus, he could get suspended. Maybe he'll end up in jail at some point.
Who knows? Yeah, it's easy to say when you have Russell Wilson on your team, but I would not want my team really trading for him in any circumstance.
Yeah.
Really at all. Like, I don't know if there's any
scumbag like that on my team.
I just don't I don't want to root for that. I don't want to see people wearing Deshaun Watson Seahawks jerseys.
I'm someone, and I've said this before, I'm someone that generally doesn't care about what a person thinks, or I'm talking about actors, musicians, athletes.
Yeah.
I don't care
because they're not supposed to be smart.
That's not their job.
Yeah.
I don't care who they voted for.
Right.
I don't care about a lot of the criminal stuff, but I have as a person with a wife and a daughter, if there's something with a woman, I have a lot of trouble getting past.
When you start like damaging other people, that's like if you like steal crab legs from a Target or whatever
right.
it was, like that's one thing. You can just laugh about that, but you're like deliberately hurting women and like hiring them and putting them in a position where they are very clearly less powerful than you,
so what
both physically and like in the situation.
What organization's gonna trade for him and then have a press conference and field those questions?
God, yeah. Like,
in this era where everybody's sensitive about everything.
Do you want to be in that picture of him holding up the new Seahawks jersey?
No.
Do you want to be next to him with your hand on his no, it's just not worth it. Like every trade every trade is worth it if it ends up with a Super Bowl. That's one thing that we say. Like, if it ends up with a Super Bowl, it was worth the trade. This one's not actually.
There was a broadcaster. He's still kind of around, the Graz.
Yeah.
I pointed him out to you at a Husky game because his seats were 2 rows in front of ours.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was a huge Cowboys fan because of a personal connection.
Mm-hmm.
When they signed Greg Hardy, he was on the air and he was like, no, I'm just not going to be a fan anymore.
Whoa!
That was it.
Hell yeah!
He cut. I don't know if he ever went back to being a fan or not. That was it.
Damn. All right.
He was a fan for 40 years, and
also,
he's like, oh, this is okay. I guess I'm not a fan anymore.
Did we talk about the Mcgregor Poirier fight? Did we get a chance to talk about that?
I don't think we did.
All right. Just shout out to. Wait, that wasn't the fight that Hardy got beat the shit out.
That was
that one?
That was the same card.
Tui, the Tui guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Tui, the dude that did the shoey after. Tui with the shoey.
Yes.
Beating the fuck out of Greg Hardy. Always love to see it. Just love to see Greg Hardy get absolutely just shit on by a better fighter.
That guy has no business being on a main card. He's only there because he's
everyone
a
wants to see him get shit beat out.
And I'll admit it. I watched that fight because I'm like, I hope he gets his ass kicked.
And he did, and it was awesome. Yeah. So shout out to Dana White being able to even make money off that. Back to football though. We can talk about that a little bit later. Cam Akers suffered a torn Achilles. It's very unfortunate for the Rams and obviously for Cam Akers as well. He was kind of a budding, up-and-coming, I don't want to say star quite yet, but very talented running back. And
his last 7 games of last year were ridiculous.
Were
and
star-worthy.
He ruined the Seahawks.
Yeah, he shit on him. So, obviously, there's no part of me that is happy about this, so I'm not even gonna make
it's funny though, I never want to see anyone get injured,
but you take a deep breath.
But when the game starts, I'm gonna be like, all right, no Cam
Akers.
But no, I never root for that, and I'm never like, fuck yeah, I blew his knee out. I'm just not gonna be that guy. But it is an advantage for the Seahawks.
It is.
I don't see how you can see it any
and it's
other way.
It's hard to because you want to talk about how that is an advantage, but we're not doing it from a fan standpoint. We're doing it from a game breakdown standpoint of this is why this is why the Rams are worse without Cam Akers. Not this is why the Seahawks have a better chance to win when Cam Akers is out. No. So it's just a really, really tough loss, and I hope he can recover and get paid. When I see a running back get hurt like that hasn't gotten his payday, I just hope he can recover and have a fast enough and successful enough recovery to get his overpaid contract and get out of there.
If somewhere out there one of you has an 8-year-old talented athlete and he's playing running back and defensive back, take the ball out of his hands right now.
Yeah.
Say, boy.
Yeah.
I know everybody wants to have the ball, but be a defensive back because that's where you're going to get paid.
Not worth it. Yeah. Not worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, so my prediction is closer to becoming true in Aaron Rodgers retiring. There's multiple sports books that believe he will retire next week, according to PFF. Excuse me. This came just so happened to come off the heels of this news that Davante Adams have broken off long-term extension talks. There are no current plans to resume them either, and this is after months of negotiating. So it's not like, they were talking a little and they stopped. It's like they were in talks and now they have stopped those talks.
This means 2 things. One, Aaron Rodgers told him, dude, I'm not coming back there.
Yeah.
So if you re-sign there, good luck. And it also means, is it Jordan Love? Is there
Jordan
the
Love?
guy that they drafted that pissed Aaron Rodgers off in the first place? it means Devontae Adams thinks that guy sucks.
Yeah.
Because if he thought he was the next Aaron Rodgers, remember,
He would not.
remember Brett Favre?
Uh-huh.
You know, we're like, oh, they're dumping him for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Not a bad move. I don't think people feel this way about Jordan Love.
I don't think I've heard like reports from them like that he's not good.
Yeah.
like I've heard reports from inside the Packers that are like, yeah.
So it sure looks that way, and it looks like Aaron Rodgers. You know, most of the time when I see these things, I'm like, I don't care what they say. It's about money. Because it usually is.
Turn down a fatty extension.
And we don't know what were the guarantees. Like, there are things that I don't know. However, I think he's just like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Aaron, and that's why I made this prediction of him retiring. I didn't think he was at that point yet, but I was like, Aaron Rodgers is petty enough to just fucking retire.
Yeah.
Like, he'll just say, fuck you guys. Yeah. I'm retiring. And that's it. Like, he has the capability to do that.
He's like a guy that would shoot himself through the shoulder if your head was behind him.
Yeah.
Because it would be worth it.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to hurt me, but it's going to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's he dude was the MVP last year and he's not going to play? Are you kidding?
I know. That's why I felt so wild saying it in the moment. But
I think we may see more and more. It's funny. I'm going to conflict with what I'm going to say too, but I think we're going to see more and more guys step away from the game early because like if I'm not getting paid, I'm not going to put with CTE.
Yeah, put my actual life on the line. Yeah,
but the quarterbacks generally it's the opposite.
Well, Brady,
like, I'm not getting hit. So
Brady played with a torn MCL all last year at 43 years old. How insane is that? Won a Super Bowl with a torn MCL at 43.
Brady is not going to be an anomaly. You're going to see more quarterbacks play into their 40s because they're not getting hit.
Age-wise, not necessarily skill-wise.
Yeah.
Like, and success-wise. But, yeah, just age.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to see guys play into their 40s. No, they may not win 7 championships and go to the Super Bowl every damn year.
Yeah.
But they're going to play because they're not getting hit. And you don't have to be... at least right now, this may change too, but you don't have to be a superb athlete to play quarterback. Mm-hmm. There are superb athletes that play quarterback more and more.
It's kind of like you can kind of just go a couple different routes with it. Yeah. Like you have your just statue in the pocket and you build the offense around them. You have the like dynamic kind of, guy that you can really look to attack with the run game at quarterback, and then you kind of got the tweeners, which I would put Russell Wilson as a tweener at this point, where he can scramble when he needs to, but you're not like designing run plays for him.
Right.
And yeah, I don't think the statue quarterback is dead quite yet. Honestly, we'll see. I mean, how's Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence is. He's sneaky athletic, but no, he's
a good athlete. He can run.
He can actually run.
He's not the Ravens dude.
No. They're not gonna try to build. Yeah, they're not gonna try to like design runs for him. I hope. At
he's
least.
Like Andrew Luck in that way.
Andrew
Luck was a fantastic runner.
Yeah,
also,
you're right.
But you're not running the read option with those guys a whole lot.
Yeah. Okay. Clown of the week candidate didn't quite make it there. What's his name? Rick Dennison is out of his coaching job for the Vikings after refusing a COVID-19 vaccine. Not much else to say about that. Vax up. Fucking don't be selfish. I don't know. That's like, all I got.
Maybe
on that.
Listen to doctors and get off fucking Twitter and Facebook and memes and like go talk to a doctor. Read some medical shit.
Do your own research. How about no? I'm gonna let the people that are paid to do the research and have been doing the research already for decades.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let them do it. I'm not gonna do my own bleach and I'm not gonna like drink bleach and like take horse steroids and like just try to figure out what works.
Yeah. So here's the thing too. Like, hey, dude, if you don't want to get the vaccine. Whatever.
Yeah.
But you're going to lose jobs and you're not going to get to go to places where a lot of other people get to go.
The NFL, the NFL, which this genuinely, like, this one kind of seems a little like HIPAA. They were like, going to identify the players that were not vaxxed by having like bright armbands on them.
Yeah, they're still talking about that.
I know,
right now.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, that just seems like you're trying to like publicly embarrass the people, and it's sure maybe they. I don't know where. I think you should definitely fucking get the vaccine, but it's like that one's a little weird to me.
It is a little bit, but I also feel like I don't know. I don't have any young children right now, and if I did, they would still have to wear masks because they wouldn't have a vaccine.
Yeah.
But I would want to know if I'm walking, if I have to take them into public.
True.
I would like to know who to avoid more.
True. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really conflicted. I agree with what you're saying, but part of me is like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because like my heart is like, fuck you guys. And then also I think the reason I think it's a little ridiculous is because they have like super restrictive restrictions. They have these crazy. I don't want to say crazy.
You can't go out on the road.
Yeah,
you can't go to a restaurant.
Crazy is not the right word for it, but they have these very strict restrictions. Yeah, they and then on top of that, you're gonna like. It seems pretty obvious that they're kind of like setting them up to be publicly shamed.
Yeah.
But yeah, also like just fucking fuck you, like fuck you, you know, get it, just get it, get poked up, buddy. Yeah. Anyway, let's see, what else do we got? Okay, here we go. The Cleveland Guardians. The Spiders were right there on the table for them. Could have made some really cool logos and jersey designs off it, and they go with the Guardians. Lame as fuck, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We'll get used to it, but
we will. Red Sox.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
but
spiders, it's awesome. There's no spiders in sports.
No, that would have been great.
Yeah.
A couple of things. One, no matter what they changed it to, it was probably gonna be like, really?
Yeah.
Because it's just new.
Mm-hmm.
But Guardians, is there any sort of connection to the city of
There's
Cleveland or anything?
There's a bridge that goes into Cleveland.
Did they guard them from the Indians or something?
Yeah,
they went the other
they
side.
Just went the other way. Yeah. No. There's a bridge going into Cleveland, and then like on the construction of it, there's like Guardians. I don't know. It's stupid though. Whatever it is, like people from Cleveland didn't even understand.
I didn't like. You went to Gateway Middle School, and they were the Guardians.
The Gateway Guardians, which like totally makes sense.
At least
like, the Gateway Guardians.
The alliteration going.
And you're like the Guardians of the Gateway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I still thought it was stupid.
Yes.
It's just like, what are Guardians? That's
Here we
dumb.
go.
Like we just picked something that started with the letter G. I get it. Okay. But the Cleveland Guardians, it doesn't have a nice ring to it.
Oh shit.
If there's a local connection, I'm not aware of it, and it's probably forced.
This is the forced local connection you're looking for.
Okay.
Hold on. Jesus. Come on, man.
Is that Han Solo?
Yes. No, you see these?
Yeah.
That's
someone encased in gold.
Yes.
It's definitely Han Solo.
No, I didn't understand that at first. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so they're on a bridge going into Cleveland, they have like these Guardians.
Okay. Wow.
So that's the forced connection you were looking for.
Okay.
And yes, it is forced. Because I'm pretty sure people from Cleveland didn't even get it at first. So, yeah. Dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. Go with fire. You know, the river catches on fire sometimes.
Yeah.
Just own
Go
that.
The Cleveland smog. Just
Yeah.
The Cleveland gray. Just the Cleveland depressed.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so the All-Star game happened. I
Yeah.
called my shot with Pete Alonso winning the home run derby, and
Wow.
it came to fruition. He did. Other than that, I didn't watch shit. I didn't watch the derby either, actually. Didn't watch any of anything. So I got nothing to say other than the jerseys sucked. They look like soccer jerseys, kind of. So
soccer jerseys, over 40 men's softball league.
Yes.
Or 9-year-old girls softball.
Yes.
Not even good softball.
No. Yeah.
Really young girls or really old men.
Yeah.
Softball uniforms. Horrible. Put them in the original uniforms. And you want to hear a conspiracy theory? I've got one for you.
Yeah, I do. I really
Are they
do.
going to get away? Are they trying to get away from the everybody gets a player from their team thing? And they're like, if we wear stupid uniforms that everybody hates in 2 years from now, when we stop letting everybody have one player, it won't be as noticeable. Because right now everybody's like, oh, look, oh, there's my Mariners hat.
Yeah. So
is this a conspiracy?
That's a good thought.
They're trying to keep the Mariners out of the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way we get there.
Yeah. Yes.
Since Griffey left.
No, but give Felix some respect. So that is a good thought process. I think I could hop on board with that if it was the NBA. The MLB is just not smart enough.
Oh yeah, because they're like
they're fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So
they're like, wait, there's sticky stuff on people's hands.
Yeah.
Ban it now.
Yeah. No, they just wait. Like they do shit like that. They did the same. By the way, made the same exact mistake with steroids. Like they just did the same shit all over again.
Yeah.
Rob Manfred's a total stooge. So yeah, I think you're a little bit too smart for the MLB in this instance. In this instance,
they're not planning ahead.
Yeah,
okay.
No, they're just dumb, and they want to sell more.
They wanted to sell
more jerseys. Yeah,
Ugh.
that's I mean, ultimately, yeah, that's my guess.
If you bought one of those jerseys, unsubscribe and go fuck yourself. Okay. We can't be friends. Okay,
oh, man.
I don't want to talk to you.
We're losing 20% of our viewer base probably with that. So
if you have one of those jerseys, I'll buy it from you only so I can burn it.
Yeah, nice. So you just wrote Kikuchi pusses out of All-Star game.
I don't know. Obviously, he could have pitched in the game. And
yeah.
He was a little banged up and decided not to.
Yeah.
I was kind of kidding.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's like we have one guy and you can't go out there.
I know.
And
it's a little sad. It's a little sad.
Like, come on, dude.
It's a little sad. The Mariners just don't suck, I guess, though.
What the hell?
I don't know what's going on.
See, they're just doing this to me again.
Yeah.
They're just like,
I'm so close to falling for it again.
I know.
I'm so close to falling for it again.
I looked at the standings yesterday. What's wrong?
Game and a half back.
A game and a half. I haven't looked at the standings all year because I'm like, I don't care. Yep. They're gonna suck. And yesterday I looked at the standings and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it. We gotta buy players. We gotta buy players right now.
Oh man. Yeah. So
we're gonna win the World Series finally.
Just like 2 weeks ago, I was saying trade everyone that has any value whatsoever. Yeah. And now it's now I'm just trying to load up on relievers right now to shore up the bullpen for the playoffs.
God.
Yeah. Crazy shit. Kellenic hasn't been good though.
No.
He's been ass.
You know what? I'm out. I'm out on Kellenic.
Whoa. Okay, you're not allowed to buy a jersey of his when he's like the next Griffey.
He sucks.
Okay.
He came back up and he still sucks.
Yeah, hard. It's hard.
He is walking a bit more, which is good, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I just see him. I see him getting real. I don't think he has the mental part. Maybe he'll get there someday, but he's getting angry.
Yeah.
He bitched at the ref on a strike that was several inches over the plate. Ugh. It was on the edge, but it was like you looked at the tracer and it wasn't even on the line of the tracer. It was like inside the line. I'm like, dude,
come on, bro.
What are you doing?
You're just yeah.
So
ball's looking like a dice being thrown at him right now.
Another fucking Mariners 4A player is what he is.
That's unfortunate.
I hope I'm wrong.
Hear.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. I'm just not gonna trust you on that yet. I'm gonna wait longer and be even more heartbroken. I've decided to take this path. I'm not. How about this? I'll concede. I'm not gonna let the Mariners break my heart this season for making the playoffs. I will let them shatter my heart when Kellenic is terrible though. I'm gonna fall face first into that Kellenic trap.
I'm in on Logan Gilbert though.
Yeah, he actually looks really good.
Yeah.
Former Mariner Nelson Cruz going to the Rays. Just glad he's getting. I think the Rays are like, if we're not really counting what city you're playing in, like if we're just talking about organizations, I think the Rays is probably like a top one organization I'd want to play for.
Yeah, they're like the A's.
Yeah,
like they have no payroll, but they just compete.
Yeah.
virtually every
Exactly,
year.
and
It's
it just
amazing.
seems like they have good vibes there. So I'm happy for Nelly. I was glad to see him play this year in T-Mobile again. That was fun to watch. Yeah, electronic pitcher catcher communication being tested. So that means like you can give signs electronically.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. That'd just
that's
be like
good.
an easy way to avoid like the bullshit. It seems.
Yeah,
So
you don't have to worry about the second, a runner at second
yeah.
base, and then I think it's going to speed some things up. Too.
Definitely will. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like.
And why not?
Why not?
What's
Why
the
not?
downside of this?
Yeah. Like
Because I want to see some idiot grab his nose hairs
yeah.
and pull on his ear. Like I don't need to see that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No. The one thing that I think maybe some people like watching the catcher give signs, maybe, but I don't.
Yeah, we're not gonna miss it when it's
No,
gone.
no, and that would be like old people mostly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay, Texas and Oklahoma pretty much said fuck you, Big 12.
Yeah.
We're out. Like Aaron Rodgers is gonna do this year. Okay. Yeah, they officially announced that they will not apply for membership, or they will apply for membership with the SEC and will not renew their grants of media rights at the Big 12 following 2025, which is when their contract expires. Seems like we're gonna slowly. I think are we just gonna have four conferences, 4 big ones?
One big conference. I don't even know.
Now
like,
here's the thing.
Who are the other conferences?
From a completely and totally selfish standpoint, I don't think UW would be left out of that. So
I keep feeling like we're on the way to some sort of major explosion.
Yeah, me too.
With college sports in general and college football in particular. There's so many things on this. First of all, I get it. I mean, if the UW could get into SEC, I don't care about geography anymore. Like, okay, let's go. There are a few things though. One, I am concerned about where this is all going to lead, and haves and have-nots, and if you're Texas, like, yeah, you're a blue blood program, but man, in the SEC, you ain't nothing.
That's true. They will get shit stomped for the first couple of years.
Yeah.
Do you think that they can get anyone in Texas? Do you think their recruiting pool expands because they're in the SEC?
Maybe, but now it's gonna be. You got Alabama coming to play in your stadium every year. Guess who's gonna be recruiting?
Yeah, true. Alabama. My only thought would be like. I mean, it goes it goes the other way too, but like, maybe someone that lives in Mississippi, like wants to still play, like wants their family to be able to go to road games or something.
Yeah.
But that could still apply with Texas. Like, if you're from Texas and you go somewhere else, you'd come to Texas at some point. So,
yeah. So I think they're gonna be Texas is gonna go from being the shit to being, almost an afterthought in that conference.
Just drop they're just shit.
I mean, are they going to be bigger than Alabama, LSU, Georgia? No. They're going to be at best the 4th thing you think about in that conference, unless they win championships. And
do you think this takes an interesting turn and kills Texas from being a blue blood?
It could go either way. I mean, I think they're always, well, I won't say always, but for a couple more generations, they're going to have the fan support that they need. But man, you got, do we know about Sark? I mean, 7-win Sark, or is he reborn? We'll find
I don't know.
We're going to find out real quick. But actually, it's not till 2026 that they're going to do this.
True.
So
True.
Really even know,
he's probably not going to be there for that, just based off his track record and Texas's track record of coaches. I think, it's exciting, like A&M versus Texas every year. Like, that's really exciting to think about. But ultimately, this is probably a bad thing. Like, typically when this, I'll talk like in business terms too. Like, when phone companies started buying up other phone companies, like, there was less innovation. Like, phone companies started getting shittier, and especially with like cable companies too. Yeah. Everyone started buying everyone else up, and then everything got shitty after that. So I'm just worried that would happen in this instance too. But the only thing is, like, there's always going to be talented athletes and coaches. Yeah. So, like, the product isn't necessarily going to go down in quality. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't really know. This doesn't feel. It feels gross.
It feels like everything's moving east. The athletes already started moving there. Now the teams are moving east.
Just Oklahoma and Texas being in the Southeastern Conference is just kind of weird.
The biggest failure of Larry Scott, the biggest failure was we thought Oklahoma and Texas were a done deal to come to the Pac-12.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Somehow he lost that, or they ended up staying in the Big 12. And how different was? I mean, they'd be leaving the Pac-12 now.
Yeah, true.
Maybe it wouldn't have made any difference, but boy, what a loss that was. But yeah, I'm concerned. So the Big 12. What are they going to do? Are they going to fold and everybody scurries off to other conferences? That seems most likely.
Yeah, I the Big 12 is just going to become it would just become like the just the American Conference. Yeah, like it would just become, the MAC.
Right. So they're either going to have to recruit like a USC or their bigger teams are going to move on. So let's say my biggest concern here is actually a team like Wazoo, believe it or not. Like, I think UW is going to be not going to be in that first tier based on what's happening.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to be somewhat relevant, at least on the West Coast. But I think we're going to see some major conference shifts in 2026, especially here out west and the center part of the U.S.
God,
where does a team like Wazoo or
the
Oregon
Apple Cup
State
goes away?
They could still play it as a non-conference game.
I would be down for that to always be one of the non-conference games.
Yeah,
that would be sick as fuck. Actually,
yeah, and that happens, and there's places where that's happened.
Okay, good point.
Notre Dame plays USC. Yeah,
that's
every
right.
year.
There's
stuff like that goes on, but yeah, that would suck. But also, I just I feel like we're really gonna sever some of these traditional games and rivalries. And then some schools are going to be lost. And let me tell you, if you're not in a big conference, there's going to come a point where you're like, we can't do football anymore because ESPN's not paying for a game nobody's watching. And if nobody cares about the game, they're not attending the game. And football is a very expensive sport to run. The equipment alone and the travel is astronomical. So do we start losing football programs? Do we end up with 64 teams total at some point? I don't know. And
then it becomes just a league. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could just end up becoming like one league because everyone drops their football programs.
Right.
So
yeah. And the NIL stuff. So if you're a kid that's like, oh, I could go to, I'll just keep using USC as an example. I could go to USC or I can go, to Alabama. Well, Alabama, their quarterback's making like almost $1 million.
Yeah, Nick Saban, by the way, definitely knows what he's doing by dropping this statement.
Fuck yeah. It's a recruiting tool for sure.
Yeah, he said Bryce Young has already gotten close to 7 figures. He has already approached ungodly numbers, and he hasn't even played yet. Also, I think he said ungodly numbers because I don't think he can say numbers. I don't think he can legally say numbers. So I think that's a very smart little piece of language to use. But this is why Nick Saban is the best coach of all time. This is why Dabo Swinney is going to ruin Clemson, because Dabo Swinney is still bitching about the NIL, still saying the words he used were, I don't like the like profitization or something of college athletics, and it was like, no, you don't like the athletes getting money. Like, you get money.
Yeah, you're getting paid.
There's already money being made, and you know damn well about that. This is why Nick Saban is the best coach of all time, and he's the best coach of this era. He's it's just whatever.
Well, he's a pragmatic dude.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, this is happening. How can I win with this?
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes.
There's no like, oh,
Yeah.
this sucks. Why are they doing it? No. Maybe he did that. Maybe he fought against it. And then when it was going to happen, he's like, okay, how
I guess Bryce Young
can I promote this?
Yeah, I guess my quarterback that hasn't played is just gonna have to be a millionaire.
Yeah. Do you think he likes that a guy that's never taken a snap for his team is?
Of course not.
Paid?
Of course not. He doesn't want to brag about that.
No.
He's like, I bet when he talks to his like coaching friends, he doesn't like talking about shit like that. Like I bet his coaching friends make fun of him for like that kid making that much money. But he's gonna come out here in the press and talk about it because the next Trevor Lawrence, the next whoever is gonna see 7 figures before I even start playing. Is gonna see, hey, if you got recruited by Nick Saban as a head coach at Alabama, he could walk into your house and say, you will win a championship if you stay with me for 4 years, and he would not have lied to a single player.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
So you're thinking there's that guy, and I'm making 7 figures, and there's like second and third strings that are getting drafted within the first 4 rounds of the NFL draft.
There used to be like, okay, so let's say I'll just say I'll go with Cal and Bay Area. So there's a Bay Area kid. He's a 4 or 5 star recruit. He used to have a decision. Do I go to Alabama and I get, I might get lost in the shuffle there. Nobody's going to know who I am. Or do I stay? Like Gary Payton did this, okay?
Yeah.
Well, he went to Oregon State. I'm thinking of Jason Kidd. Sorry. Jason Kidd stayed at Cal. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So Jason Kidd could have gone anywhere. He stays at Cal because he, hometown, going to be the man. Doesn't really matter. But now... playing opportunity, all these things come into play, but now you're like, shit, if I go to Alabama, I can get paid now.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, I got transfer portal. I can come back to Cal.
Exactly, yeah.
So why would you not take a swing at getting the NIL money?
I never even considered that part of it.
So there's a lot of I'm deeply concerned about where this is all going. It's either going to get to something dirty that I don't enjoy watching, or it's going to completely blow up into little pieces and have to be rebuilt.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yep. I think I agree with you there. I think like this current format, like the wheels are currently falling off. It's like something's got to give.
And the NCAA is just riding down the street waving at people while the wheels fall off. They're like in a fucking parade watching the car catch on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They're not doing anything. They don't know what to do.
Not shit.
Congress, please come save us because we don't know how to make a rule.
Yeah, seriously.
And we don't want to enforce it.
Yeah.
And we're getting money from the SEC, from their TV deals. So fuck it. Like whatever happens.
All right, Nick Rolovich had to miss a Pac-12 event because he's not vaxxed.
That starts tomorrow, Pac-12 Media Day.
Oh, it starts tomorrow. Sorry. He's going to miss that. So yeah, just dumb shit.
I think
a lot of coaches and athletes, big anti-vaxxers, like a lot of stuff on Twitter from NFL players and stuff.
Yeah.
Within the last couple of days. Yeah.
It is odd, and it's an odd mix of people.
Yeah.
Who are there's a mix of like, person who has the Fox News on TV all day, and a mix of you're not putting that shit in my body.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
there's like this weird mix of like opposite ends almost.
I know. Yeah.
But with Rolovich, it's been interesting. There's some local radio people here who are Wazoo grads that constantly gross me out with their Wazoo talk.
Yeah.
And even they're embarrassed. They think it's a bad look for their school. They think it's showing bad leadership for the athletes. And I keep hearing people say, well, we don't know why he's not getting it. Well, if it was a medical issue, don't you think he would have said, I'm not going to go into it, but I have a health issue. So I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't believe in it. It's probably a political thing. I don't know that for sure, but what else would it be?
Yeah, there's reasonable suspicion. Yeah.
So give me a break, dude. And there are rules at the school. The rules at the schools are driving me because they're like, you must be vaccinated. And then you read the fine print and it basically says, well, unless you don't want to.
Unless you don't want to, yeah.
So that's the case at Wazoo. However, you're supposed to stay 6 feet away and wear a mask. So how the hell are you going to coach a team with a mask on 6 feet away from everybody?
I would like to see how he follows those guidelines and restrictions every day at practice.
His own university president, based on somewhat veiled tweets, like where he's retweeting the rules. The vaccination.
He's subtweeting him. That's so funny. He's subtweeting the coach.
He's just tweeting a brand new tweet.
Yeah.
But like the day after this comes out, the president's like, as a reminder.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that wasn't an accident.
No.
So could if they have a bad season,
I saw a couple articles that were like he should just get fired, and I was like, maybe, but if he has a bad season, then probably definitely just can him. Fuck it.
And like I said before, you have a right to not get the vaccination.
Yeah.
But your boss, your employer, the company that you work for, the football whatever it is.
Yeah.
They also have a right to say, I can't have unvaccinated people work here.
Yeah.
That's also their right.
It is.
So if you're gonna dig in, okay, but you're gonna lose opportunities. So if he gets fired, he gets fired.
Mm-hmm. All right, the Kraken drafted, and it sounds like it was dog shit. I don't know any of the names, but it just everyone was like that was bad. So I'm just gonna assume that was bad.
I think, as we talked about before, I don't know if it was on air or off air, but when you are a team exposing players to the expansion draft, you're either exposing players that you don't really need or bad contracts. The Kraken clearly avoided bad contracts.
So they just took shitty players.
So they took all, they're going to be a very young team.
Yeah.
I think, I'm hoping they still have a lot of, they actually have to spend more money.
Yeah, because you have to be within 60%.
And their ownership group has been very clear. We're going to spend up to we're willing to spend up to the salary cap.
Good.
So
they better be.
And I heard one of their one of the Lie Wikis, I forget which one. I get them, Todd and Tim.
I get them mixed up too.
But he was on the air with KJR, and he said, we Ron Francis knows he can spend up to the cap.
Good.
But Ron's a smart guy, and he's not just going to go blow the money.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm hoping maybe they add a couple of free agents.
Yeah.
They're going to have to because they have to spend more money.
Yeah.
And look, would I love them to be the Vegas Golden Knights and go to the Stanley Cup final in their first year? Of course I would. But what has Vegas done since then?
See, that's the thing.
I want a team that builds and has a chance to compete every year.
I'm okay with the slow burn.
And it might not be slow. It just might not be this year.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, is there reasons to be concerned? They hired a coach we're not excited about, and they drafted a very defensive-heavy team that we're not excited about. I did like their amateur selection. The center out of Michigan, I forget his name now.
I saw his name. I have no idea what. I mean,
he's probably a year or two away from really contributing. Mm-hmm. But he's that offensive player that they're gonna need, and I really liked him. He just seemed like a cool guy. When I heard him interviewed. Cool. So that's good. But again, I'm not gonna doubt this organization. I have a lot of respect for what they've done just in terms of getting an arena in Seattle.
Seriously.
With these idiot politicians.
That's
if they can do that, like winning a cup should be easier than getting a goddamn arena built in this city. Yeah. Honestly.
For hockey,
ask
especially.
Chris Hansen.
Yeah. For hockey too. Like there's no basis for why we would have a hockey team really.
And I would be more concerned about who they picked if there was not a salary cap. As we've seen with the Seahawks, the Mariners, if you don't want the Mariners to spend money, you're an idiot because it ain't your money and there's no cap. Yeah. The Seahawks, they can't spend like they would like to.
I mean, we
have to make decisions.
That's like there was like the famous I'm going to say like the most memorable offseason for me the off seasons were like the ones where they had to decide who to pay from that Super Bowl team.
And it sucks.
It sucks ass that you have to make those choices.
You're punished for drafting well.
Yeah.
So hockey's going to be more like that. There's a salary cap, and you know, so save some room for some free agents this year, or some trades next year, or free agents next year. So I'm going to be patient with them. I don't have expectations this year, but next year I want to see them. They better be a playoff team in year 2. That's where I'm at.
Oh,
with them.
wow, okay.
Like, you show me that you're going for it. I'll give you a year. But next year, I better see some action. I better see, and that doesn't mean ridiculous signings. That's not what I mean.
Right.
It means I want to see them get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Don't be the fucking Mariners, whatever you do.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. I just want to see playoff sports.
Yeah.
Like a playoff series, you know? Like, playoff football is obviously incredible, but there's something about a series, you know?
Oh, yeah.
There's, because, like, just the game, like, when I think of playoff football, I think of that crazy Packers comeback to in the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Like, that should have been a series, you know? Like, that should have been, that matchup should have been a series, ultimately.
That's true, yeah.
Just especially with the way it ended and stuff. So I just want to see a series. I've not seen a series ever for one of my teams, so...
That's so sad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's sad how long it's been since I've seen one.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. I didn't realize that till right now. I've never seen a playoff series.
Oh my god. Why the fuck are we even doing a podcast
I
in this fucking town?
It's so sad. So sad. Okay. Do you got anything else really just from the last week and a half or so?
There's one thing I wanted with the Sherman conversation I want to circle back to. What is the legacy of the Legion of Boom?
That's so tough, man. With we
got one in jail for trying to kill someone. Brandon Browner.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Holy fuck.
Lost his goddamn mind.
Holy shit, I forgot he was in. Oh wow, yeah. Cam Chancellor, he's good.
Yeah, but even he, like, not his fault, but his career ended early.
Yeah.
And he had that holdout.
True, legacy wise, yeah.
I love Cam Chancellor, that didn't end well.
E.T. obviously.
E.T. running the goddamn train with his
brother, and
then now
Sherm. Yeah, I think Sherm can recover.
Sherm can rebuild his.
I think he can recover pretty much 100% from this, but E.T. It just doesn't seem like Earl Thomas has any interest in recovering.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's going to be a weird legacy in like 20 years. It's going to be a really weird thing to look back on. Because it was all just amazing at the time.
Oh, yeah.
It was all just great.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Is that
yeah, that's pretty much it. Just that's a sad... a sad way to go for the greatest position group in the history of Seattle sports. I mean...
safely top 10 in NFL history position groups ever. So, yeah. All right. In that case, it's time for the Howard Schultz Clown of the Week.
The Clown of the Week.
All right. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'm gonna go with Deandre Ayton.
Whoa, harsh.
You know, there was a reason Giannis had 50 points and 40 points, and Ayton went from being a dominant force in the middle to a guy that was turning sideways and just letting people through. He looked like a fucking matador with a piece of red carpet and just let the bull run right through the carpet. I'll turn sideways and make sure I don't get hit. I don't know what happened to that guy. I really liked him early in the playoffs. But defensively, he disappeared. Offensively, he was hit or miss.
When you drop from 71%, which by the way is just incredible shooting percentage, like that's very high expectations. You drop from 71 to 51%, that's going missing. Like that's going missing.
Giannis just took him out of the game.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Giannis bitched him. For real, Giannis bitched him.
And he already has hands of stone.
Yeah.
So that was rough to
Not
watch.
a lot of people talk about how he can't catch.
Cannot catch a basketball. That is a problem. Yeah. So that's my clown. I think if he had continued to play at the level that he had earlier, we may be doing a different podcast today.
Yeah, for real. All All right, I'm gonna cut the clown music just so the video can fully be heard. So
Oh,
my clown of the
geez,
week is Joe Varden.
Joe Varden.
Joe Varden. Warriors World says, of course, it was stupid ass Joe Varden. So I guess Joe Varden is a stupid ass. I don't know who that is, personally. But JaVale McGee being in a press conference for USA Basketball. Here's Joe Varden's question.
Hey, JaVale, welcome aboard. I'm not sure. Is your mom still with us?
My mom alive? Yeah, she's still alive.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't.
That's a weird question to ask somebody, but keep going.
But keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah, he was. I think you could tell when he was about to ask it. He was like, "Oh God, this is dumb as fuck."
Yeah,
he's like,
kind of knew.
Yeah, hold on. I did not see this, but I kind of want to see if JaVale said anything else.
Next question will be from Joe Varden.
Hey, JaVale.
Okay, no, it was just yeah. Okay, so yeah, clown ass shit. Obviously, just a really weird question that. I mean, you told me you found the answer to it within seconds.
Yeah, I was like, how fast? Because I was thinking, reporter, you're gonna ask some questions and you sometimes you kind of already want to know what the answer is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think this reporter, because his mom was in the Olympics, right? Isn't that where this?
I don't even know. I don't know where that was going.
I think JaVale's mom played in the Olympics.
Okay.
I didn't actually look that up.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I'll see.
I think the guy was gonna be like, "Oh, what's it? Have you talked to your mom?" I don't know what he did, but in his mind, I'm sure he's like, "Oh, I want to talk to him about his mom playing in the Olympics." Oh, he's like, "Oh shit, what if she's dead?" I think that's what happened. But here's the thing. I'm like, I wonder how fast I can find out, because there's this thing called Google. I don't know if you've all heard of it.
Pamela McGee is, by the way, NBC wrote alive and well, which is just kind of funny. But Pamela McGee was an Olympian. She played for the Sparks as well.
There you go.
They're like one of the first mother and son Olympic duos, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I know where the guy was going with the question.
Yes.
But then I think he just had this moment of like, shit, what if she's dead? Like,
Yeah.
what if I'm asking a sensitive question?
Yeah,
And he probably
yeah.
shit himself. But dude, get out your phone and Google JaVale McGee. It takes you to Wikipedia. Hit personal.
Also,
and there she is.
Is it worse if she isn't alive and he's like, what's worse? Yeah, bro, she's alive, or no, she's not alive. Like, what? Either way, the answer to that question, like, that's just a bad question. You don't want either answer, because
I would have. So if he was trying to get at the have you talked to your mom about this? And he doesn't know if she. I would have just gone with, hey, what's it like to continue the legacy that your mom set and being an Olympian, and then just see where it goes. Like, ask a simple question like that. I think this guy just peed down his own leg. I don't know who this guy is. But what a fucking stupid weird
ass question.
Yeah.
According to Warriors World, stupid ass Joe Varden. So I'm just gonna assume he's always a clown. But,
well, that second clip you started to play, it says next question from Joe Varden.
Yeah.
And then so that's confirmed. But
No, I just don't know if he's stupid.
Oh, if he's stupid.
Yeah.
Or not.
Well, he's stupid for this one.
And in that moment, yes.
Yeah.
Normally, don't know. But yeah, what a clown.
Clown as fuck.
That's a clown right there.
Okay. The Olympics, by the way, we just didn't talk about it at all. I haven't watched any of it, but
I don't know why. I just can't get into it this year.
I can't either.
Maybe I will, but I just haven't.
My lock of the week is from the Olympics, though.
Oh, wow. I'm
just gonna hope, because Team USA sucks so much at men's basketball. They lost to France, by the way. Didn't mention that, but I'm just going to hope that the women's basketball team kind of takes over like the women's soccer team and just becomes like the national team, Like, we just forget about the men's soccer team. We'll just forget about the men's basketball team. So my lock of the week is going to be the women's basketball team beating the shit out of Nigeria. I think they'll make up for our country.
I like their chances.
Be beating the shit out of Nigeria, because men's basketball lost to Nigeria in that exhibition like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So I think our women's team is gonna turn it around for us. That's my prediction.
Right.
Also, the camera was on you that whole time I was talking, so that's cool. It's cool.
I shouldn't have been picking my nose. I guess. So okay. So that's your lock.
Yeah.
Okay. So last week or whenever we did this last time, 10 days ago or whatever
Yeah.
it was, my clown of the week was Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, it's funny that was your clown of the week last week.
And my lock was the Suns finishing with a sweep. Okay.
Oh.
and my player of the week was Chris Paul. Going to be Chris Paul. He was going to lead them to the championship. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I've kind of been on this train lately where that's the way it's been going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like my picks have been pretty bad.
You know what? Bonus clown of the week, you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how could I impact the world in a positive way? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, people. And I'm doing this for you Mariners fans.
Oh, wow. This is very sweet of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how can we lean into this bad?
I know you're going with this.
So Houston Astros, put everything you have on the money line. They're going to win at least 2 out of 3, probably all 3.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
The Mariners are going to fall apart. I've been saying it every week for the last couple months. It's going to happen.
You see,
Lock of the week.
I think that's my favorite pick of all time, and the reason to that is if it works and the Mariners win, you're happy, but then also your prediction can just be right, and then if the Mariners lose, so I think this is a win-win for you.
Yeah, I can't lose.
Yeah.
I can't lose.
Yeah. Good for you. Okay, player of the week.
Let me circle. Let me. What do you call it?
Snake draft.
It.
Yeah, snake.
It's gonna be the leprechaun. That little guy. That little second baseman that plays for the Astros.
Yeah. Jose Altuve. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he comes from very much leprechaun stock, but
he's the right size.
Right size. But yeah, I was just thinking Jose Altuve. It's not a very leprechaun name.
No, probably not. He's got some Irish in there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, my player of the week. It's gonna be Jared Kelenic. I think he's gonna bounce back.
God.
He's bouncing back, baby.
I hope you're right.
Here we go.
I hope
Here we
you're
go.
right. I hope you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
I want it so bad.
I do too.
But I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah. The fact that you laugh that hard just. But yeah.
Please let me be wrong about Kelenic.
Yeah. No, seriously. If you're gonna be wrong about anything, let's have it be that.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
No, I do not.
All right, an hour and 21 minutes into the podcast, and also another about half an hour that we recorded but didn't record. So that was awesome. If you made it this far, thank you. You're crazy. Don't know why you're still listening, but you are. All the YouTube shit, like, comment, subscribe. Twitter at Mason Charles Co, at AaronCo29. Got a book on sale, High Points. You can find it on Amazon or Lulu.com. Hardcover, softcover, and the ebook. Yeah, Goosehead Insurance, Aaron Co. Other than that, peace.
See ya.